Greetings, programmers. Busted Thumbs back. We're here to do episode number 7 for our Music Player Studio. Now, we've been doing a little bit complicated technical stuff. We're just trying to read some data out of some lists, and I thought I'd try and do a shorter one here that actually produces something that might show us a bit of a result. I'd like to show that all this data reading that we've been working on, we can use over and over again, and to make it pretty simple, and that the data itself actually represents a song that we're going to play. So let's see if we can have as a goal to make this a short little broadcast that allows us to actually play our Twinkle Twinkle Little Star song. To do that, let's add one more sprite really quickly, and we'll make that sprite, I think we'll just draw this actually. We'll make that sprite a little play button. So a play button tends to look just like, let's go ahead and zoom in a little. Tends to look like a triangle. All right, so let's just go ahead and just draw a triangle. And one more, like that triangle. And then we'll just go ahead and fill that in. Now this isn't a super beautiful one, and maybe I'll replace it a little bit later. Is it not? Oh, it doesn't think it's an actual object. I wonder if we can do this. No. It might be easier if I actually just grab a button that looks like something else. Let's go ahead and just grab maybe an arrow that's already there, or what if there's like a music instrument here somewhere? Some drums. Is there a piano? There's a piano. Yeah, there is a piano. Let's just go ahead and select that. We'll replace this later. So there's a piano. It's too big, of course, but let's go ahead and delete this. And this guy's going to come into existence. Let's go ahead and make sure that when he's clicked, he's actually hiding. And hide, and then we'll make him a lot smaller too. Set his size, which is set size to maybe like 25%. Okay, so it's when we actually get to this screen, when I receive the show player screen, that's when I want him to show. And when he's clicked, then I want him to broadcast a message that says play current song, or play current music, something like that. Okay, that's all that guy needs to do. Let's go ahead and I'll make sure he's in some sort of reasonable place too. We'll put him up in the corner somewhere around here maybe. That'll be minus 200, 150. Okay, so all that does is we run this little guy, he should show up in that corner. And when we click on him, that should mean play a song. So let's use what we've written so far to play a song. So let's go back over to our music player that's been doing all this work, and we'll give him the event that when he receives it, he should play a song. Play the current music. This is not exactly how we're going to do it in the end, but I just want to show you how all of this work we've done means something. We don't need the read next note there anymore. It's going to go here. And let's go ahead and read that temp value. And the first thing that we read is the measure, and it's been set into the temp value. Actually, read next note should actually be doing this. So let's do that. And then we're going to read to the next comma. And then we're going to read to the next comma. And then we're going to read one to a semicolon. And then inside the data, what are we setting? We're setting the next beat and measure is the next one. And that goes to that. Then we read this. And then we set the next one is the note itself. That's going to get our temp read value, and then we're going to read to a semicolon because the last one doesn't go to a comma, it goes to a semicolon. So we're going to set the duration to the temp read value. Okay, so that reads a note, and when we play the current music, we actually want to kind of repeat. We want to read it and play it. So let's put a repeat in there, and actually it's going to repeat until. It's going to repeat until our index gets beyond where it should be. So the index that we read from, which is the item number 1 of music index 1, is going to keep doing this until that gets longer than the length of the thing. So the length of item 1 of music for instrument 1. We're going to read that note, and then we should play that note. Play, and the note we're going to play is the next note, and we're going to play for the next note duration. And it should just keep doing that until until we get to the end of our music file there. And this should all get triggered when we click on that button. So let's see if all of this works. Go ahead and make this bigger for you. Hit play. We're going to select Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So you can see the next note and the next note duration are changing based on the data that it's reading. And it's playing each one of those notes in succession. And all these notes come straight from that data that we had. I think you get the point. Don't know how loud that is for you. But that's just showing you that we can use it, even though this is kind of complicated to write, reading to that next value there, we can use it over and over again, just like we did here, to set those values into the values that we want to work with, and then just play them. And now we've got our data turn into actual music that we can listen to. All right, so the last few have been a little long. I wanted to make this a short one and show you that we are actually making progress. I like to build from one working thing to another working thing, and we're clearly making progress because we just heard Twinkle Twinkle Little Star being played from that data that we got from these guys right here. All right, so that's good. We've got a music player and it's playing music. It's not very flexible yet. It needs to work a little bit better than this, but I'll show you how some of that flexibility can come in our next ones. I hope you can actually maybe give this a little try on your own. Go ahead and write your own little music just using data like this, or maybe play around with the one that I have, or make it play the accompaniment or something like that. And this is a good point to be able to play around on your own. Now this is about a half-sized video for you, but what we've got is a working program playing music, and I think that's a good place to stop before we go into our next bit where we try and make it a little more flexible. All right, Create Music Studio. It's going to be even better when we're all done. I will see you on the other side. Bye-bye.